Hey guys, Lego Freak here. Just gonna say, sorry I did not upload last week. It was a little bit of a crazy week. My dad had to work some extra hours, and he's the one that edits my videos, so he wasn't really up to making a video, and that's fine. So anyways, yeah, sorry about that, but I am back with a very special custom Lego minifigure tutorial. And, yeah, really excited to do this one. This might be a bit of a longer video, so, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
Alright, now this is not going to be my standard tutorial, obviously, because I'm doing a tutorial on the thing. Now, there are a few problems that I found with this big fig, and basically, I had this clay that I had to cook in order for it to kind of harden up. And the problem with it is that once I got it on the figure, I couldn't get it off without ruining it, so I actually had to cook the big fig in the oven, which didn't do too much to it, but it actually shrunk it. Yeah, like for instance, the feet, they can no longer fit, for instance, on this platform here. Yeah, the feet, they absolutely will not go on here. And even the holes, as I mentioned in the showcase, shrunk to the point where it's actually hard to get these things in to there. And even the holes for the hands. So I'm actually going to remove the hands because they're really tight in there. So they're just, I mean, it looked good, but there are quite a few problems that I just didn't, I didn't really like because, you know, I like my figures to actually be functional, and this one really wasn't. So, I am actually making a new one with some different clay. Let me go ahead and show you that. I'm in the process of making it right here. Now, ignore the legs, because this is from a big fig I had before, but I decided to change it. So yeah, just to kind of ignore the colors. But I've already kind of started painting on the back, as you can see. That's what it looks like. And a few things are awesome about this. For instance, this one, the clay is much lighter than this one. This one's really heavy, whereas this one's a lot lighter because it's air dry clay, and it just works so much better, and it still looks really good. Again, this is not painted yet, but so yeah, again, it's just this one just had quite a few problems, and the clay in places like back here on the leg, you can see that big crack is just kind of coming off. And again, it just, I mean, it looked alright, but all in all, it just wasn't as functional as I would like it to be, and this one is just much better because I don't actually have to cook it. So yeah, pretty much what I'm going to be doing is showing you how I put the clay on the figure, how I do the lines. So it's going to be more of an in-depth tutorial because I know that this is a really complicated process, and it's a it's a really complicated figure, and I want you guys to be able to make one yourself. Yeah, pretty much it's going to be more of an in-depth tutorial on this figure. So yeah, so let's pretty much get into it. I'm going to move the original one, so yeah. So yeah, pretty much, the original clay I got from Walmart is just a big block of, like, Sculpey that you have to, like, cook in the oven. Don't get that one, because it has problems when you cook the Lego. But yeah, then the air dry stuff I got from Walmart as well. It's about $7 maybe, $7.50, something like that. Really good for the amount you get. Let me go ahead and show you here. You get pretty much, I have two Ziploc bags just filled with this clay, and yeah, it's really nice. You get quite a bit. It's a big old block of clay. Now, the one thing about air dry clay that is hard to do is, like, you have to keep it in an airtight place and in darkness. Well, I don't know about keeping it in darkness, but it's better to, because otherwise, obviously, it'll dry out. So that's a little hard to do, but definitely worth it. So yeah, now I've already done most of the arms. In fact, I gotta do a little bit back here. Yeah, and of course, the back is not done being painted yet. It still has a little bit of work to do, but anyways, so yeah, just gonna kind of show you guys how I do it. So, step one is, one second. Sorry, it takes a while to get the clay. Alright, so step one is to get yourself a little ball of clay from your cube of clay. And again, you don't have to use the same clay I do, but I would definitely recommend air dry clay for this. So, pretty much let's do the back arm piece here. So, depending on how big you want it to be, I don't want the clay to be too thick on the figure. You know, I don't want to bulk him out too much. But I do want to make it look realistic. And hang on a second. I'm going to kind of move my lighting so you can see the little creases in his arm there. So, pretty much, well, what I'm going to do is I took the big ball, kind of split it in two, and then just kind of press it on the area that's open. So in this case, this purple part. We'll just kind of press it around. And what you got to make sure of is that it doesn't, you know, like, because if your clay was sticking off way out here, when you swung the arm, if it hardened, it might, you know, stop the arm from moving. So you want to be careful not to put it anywhere that would stop the arm from moving around. All right, so then I just kind of spread it with my fingers to just, you know, around the point. Whoop. And I don't want it too thin because that looks weird. I don't want it too thick. So it's just kind of depending on how you want your big fig to look. I'm also going to make a little point back here for like his elbow. So I think that looks cool, like a big rock sticking out there. But yeah, it's super fun to make these though, and they look really good when they're done. So pretty much, yeah, that's kind of the area I want to fill with that. Just want to make sure that it doesn't, you know, it doesn't get in the way of the hand turning it all. Oh, I got some in there. So I'm going to use my thumbtack here. So then pretty much what I do is I kind of make a separation between each of the because I kind of put it on in layers. If you can see, there's kind of hang on a second, the light is kind of messing it up. There we go. So you can kind of see there's a line right here. This was like one group, and then this was another layer here, which just kind of gives it this all over rock kind of look, which is obviously important. So yeah, now pretty much from here, it's just a matter of there we go, tracing the kind of shapes that you want for your big fig. So this really, I mean, you could be super specific based on images, because there are some really great images of the thing. But for the most part, I kind of just, you know, freestyle it, make some rocks big, some sections big, some small, depending on just, you know, how you want it to look at the end. And I'm sorry if you can't really see the creases I'm adding into this. But yeah, and this takes, this clay that I got, you know, it takes about maybe 4 hours to dry, enough to the point where you can paint it. So that's actually really nice. It's not like you have to wait 24 hours or anything. It's really quick. And again, that depends on how much you put on as well. Like, you know, obviously with a massive amount, it'll probably take longer to dry. But yeah. Also, if you put it in a place that has like I have a fan going in my room, and yeah, if you put it in a place where like wind can hit it, or, you know, a breeze, it'll dry quicker, obviously, because it's air dry clay. But yeah, so you can kind of see the creases I'm adding in here. And you know, and again, it just depends on how you want yours to look. You can actually put on like pieces of clay that stick out off the figure to make it look more rock-like. But I just found this method worked the best for mine. I just loved the way that it looked when it was done. But yeah, as I said before, I just didn't like the problems with the, you know, how it couldn't really move or anything like it should. And that really bothered me because, you know, I don't want it to just look good. I want it to actually be functional, because, you know, if you guys are trying to make it, make a figure that I did, and if you like playing with them and stuff, and it's not, you know, if you can't really play with it without messing it up, that's not very awesome. So, alright, so you can kind of see, I'm trying to make it so you can see the creases, there we go. And yeah, just kind of just adding them as I go. And if you add a crease and it looks too big, just add a smaller one inside of it. And yeah, so you can kind of see that there. Let me just add maybe one more going down this way. again, sorry if my lighting stopped you guys from seeing the lines I'm putting in. I'm really trying to get it so you can see it. That's a problem because I can't really look at the camera while I'm doing this. I kind of have to look at the figure, so I can't really tell what the camera sees. So sorry about that if sometimes it's a little hard for you guys to see. There we go. Alright, so that is that elbow done. And yeah, that's what it looks like from the side. Then I always make sure I actually do like a 360. Oop, go around. Alright, so it goes around just fine. And yeah. So now you got to be careful, because if you're working on another part of the figure, you don't want to push on the wet clay, because it'll come off. So I'm actually just going to take the arm off, because no reason to keep it on. This one as well. So now I got this ball here, and now I will say the hardest part of getting clay on a big fig is the legs, just because of the awkward way that they're shaped. You can't really move them about, but it still is good, but you want to make sure that you maintain the creases in the leg. So like right here, where his calf muscle would be, you want to make sure that you keep that. So let's go ahead and just cover this leg. And again, it's just kind of with the covering, it's just kind of trial and error until it looks the way that you want. I'm pretty sure no two big figs like this are going to be alike, just because it's just going to be different every time. But now, you can use, I do use a thumbtack to like kind of push in creases, like right here with the muscle where that little line is. And then of course, it goes down to the feet, which is really hard to get it there. But yeah. Yeah, and it does take a lot of work. This isn't like, I guess this could be a one-day thing if you really, really worked, but it's going to take a while. Definitely worth it, though. Definitely worth it. I'm going to use this little Lego rod to just kind of push the clay down there where my fingers can't really reach. Just because I really want to trace that little outline, the way his leg looks. Alright, so... And never try and, like, change the lines in the clay after it's hardened. You probably will just end up messing up what you've already done. So if there's anything wrong with it, don't think, oh, I'll just fix it when it gets hardened. No, don't try that. It's not going to go well for you. So now we're just going to kind of do the lines in the legs. Whoa. Yeah, it's kind of getting messed up there. Let's try that again. There we go. So yeah. And you could use a toothpick for this. You could use anything, really. Just I find a thumbtack to be the best. I use this thing all the time. Alright. So, just do some random shapes. Alrighty. Alright. So... Sorry if I'm not talking too much. I kind of get focused and then forget to talk to the camera, which is not good. That can get boring really quickly, so sorry about that. It's really hard to keep a good conversation going and do the Lego at the same time. In fact, I'm usually very silent when I'm working on these by myself. I usually just put on music and just rock out while I do stuff like this, but and there are so many projects I'm working on right now. It is crazy the amount of stuff that I've got going on. Stuff I'm trying to get done. And people, you might say like, oh, you have time. Some stuff isn't coming out till 2016 still. Some figures take forever. Also with like Captain America Civil War, there are so many people in that film. My gosh. There's a lot of figures to do for it. It's really fun working on figures. It's not like it's always hard work, but there is a ton of figures to work on. Which is good, because it keeps me busy. I'm really looking forward to doing the Captain America Civil War showcase. Figures for that are going extremely well. Also, Arrow Season 4 is probably... Yeah, that's my next showcase, actually. Is Arrow Season 4. I'm really excited about Arrow Season 4 coming out. It's going to be so awesome. Hang on, the clay is not quite right in between there. In between the legs. Okay. Let's kind of use this. That's better. Oh, I just poked myself. Alright. That is one of the dangers of working with a thumbtack, is poking yourself all the time. Of course, I'm sure a lot of you out there are not as clumsy as I am. Just gonna say that right now. I am clumsy a lot. I trip over things, I kick things. It's not good. Alright. Sorry if my talking bores you from time to time. I'm trying to be interesting, I really am. Alright. This is just a long process, though. I couldn't believe my last video was an hour long. I didn't actually know. That just shocked me. I was like, really? An hour long? I had a lot of stuff to say, apparently. I hope that was helpful. I really do. Otherwise, it was just an insane waste of my time and your time. Yeah, hope that helped you. If you haven't seen it yet, you might want to check it out. I did like an hour-long in-depth painting tutorial, which is the last video that I posted, not counting this one, of course. Alright. And there we go. So, leg, a lot of small ones on the leg. But, yeah, I like the way that it looks. So, yeah, you guys kind of get the idea of how I put stuff on and how I carve the lines into it. So, yeah, now I'm going to kind of show you guys how I go about the whole painting process. So for that, let's just grab one of the arms of this guy. And I will say that the painting process is definitely one of the hardest things. Oh, hang on, let me do a 360 here, make sure that... Hang on, something's messing with it. So I just want to make sure that it goes around just fine. Here's something scraping, though, so I don't know what that is. It's a little bit of clay here. I don't know. Here, let me see. Okay, there we go. Alright. So, the color is really hard to get for this figure. And I think this color probably is best. And unfortunately, it's this right here. It does not have a name on it, or like a name for the color. It's Testers. It looks kind of like this. If you can see that in the bottle. So yeah, you can pick this up probably at any hobby store, like gosh, Michael's or Hobby Lobby, or I'm sure there's more, but yeah, just, you know, even Walmart. I think some Walmarts carry Testers paint. Just look for this kind of color. Again, I wish I had a name for it, but it really doesn't have a name anywhere on the bottle. So pretty much the first thing I do is I just shake up the bottle, because that's what you're supposed to do. Alright, so kind of got it shaken now, and we open it, which I won't do on camera because it's a little hard to open sometimes. Alright, so then I just, of course, you know how you paint. I take a paintbrush and just go about it. Now, the layers of paint, I try and keep it relatively thin. Like, I don't want big, you know, what's the word? Anyways, I don't want a ton of paint on here. I just want it to be, you know, the right. Now, this will be a little bit different, like the color will be different than my last thing, you know, this one here. And the reason for that is on this one I actually did two different kinds of colors in order to get the color that you see here. This one's probably going to be a bit darker than this one. So if you want to know how to do this color as opposed to this color, because, oh, sorry, it's off camera. So you can see there is quite a bit of a difference between the two. If you want to know how to do this one, I'll show you that in a second. But yeah. So pretty much just kind of paint it. It's okay if it gets in the little creases as well, because we're going to paint over all that anyway. But yeah, so just kind of paint, you know, like you would. And again, depending on the kind of clay you use, like for instance, if you use a clay that already has a color, you know, if you go and buy some air dry clay or whatever that actually already has the color, that'd be great. you'd be set then, man. Wouldn't have to do any of that. Well, you would have to paint in between the cracks to get the black in between there, but so yeah, just kind of like this. Whoop. Make sure I get the paint in there. Alright, sorry about that. It's not focusing very well. There we go. That's better. Alright. Yeah, and also what's really cool about the clay is that it can, like, you know, like if you touch it with your finger, it'll kind of hold, or you'll see your kind of the grooves on your fingers, like your fingerprint in there. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see it up here, there's some lines from where my finger touched it, and it makes it look really rock-like. I really hope you can see that, but maybe not. But yeah, there's some stuff you can do to make this look really realistic. And you'll notice that the paint in the back is a lot darker than the paint on his arm. And the reason for that is that when this paint dries, it actually gets darker. So, you know, it's not different paints. Same paint, just it gets a lot darker as it dries. I don't know why that is. Alright. I'm trying to remember where I got this paint. Because some of the paints come in like sets. Like you can buy 12 paints in one box. I think I got it in a set, but I'm trying to remember what kind of set it was. But anyways, you know, just go look at a hobby store. You might be able to find it. Or if you want a different color, you know, find a color that you think looks like it. Again, if you found a clay that was the color, that'd be perfect. Could have to avoid all of this painting. Alright, so... And if you do get some paint in the cracks, make sure that you can still see that there's a crack there. You know, like one of the little grooves in the figure. Because you want to make sure that you put black in between there. And if you get too much paint in one of the little grooves, it'll be hard to see that there's a groove there, so... Alright. So, that looks pretty good right now. And, alright, let's get right here. And I was contemplating whether or not I should put some clay in there. A little hole in the arm. You know, I'm just kind of playing with that idea in my mind. If I did put some clay in there, it'd give it, you know, that extra touch to make it look more realistic. I might actually do that, but if I do that, I won't do that on camera. I'm just kind of trying to give you guys the basic idea of how I do this stuff with the figure. That way you guys can do it as well. Yeah, I really hope I inspire you guys to make some figs of your own, because I don't want to just, you know, just show off, hey, look what I did, look what I did. I actually want to help you guys make some yourself, because it's super fun, and it's a really good hobby as well. And if you guys have been inspired to make any figures of your own, you know, post a picture, let me know. I really want to see if I inspired you to make a certain figure. Go ahead and show me a picture. I'd love to see it. Love to see it. Alright. So, yeah, got that. And again, I'm trying not to put on too much paint because I really do want to make sure I know where the creases are so that I can put the black in there. Now, you could put black in there if you want, or you could do gray, or you could do, a darker orange if you want, depending on, again, what you want to do. It really is something that you can just make personal, you know. Do whatever you really want, whatever you think looks best for it. Oh, man, that was a lot of paint on that brush there. As you can see, this paint gets kind of clumpy and stuff, you know, as air hits it, which I don't like too much, but this is a great color for this figure. Alright, let's see. Just trying to cover everything that's white, really, except for that big crack right there, which I'm going to fill in. The crack with black. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know why I made a little rhyme, but you know what? I made it, so woo. Alright, and I'm just going to paint this side here. Again, it doesn't have to be too perfect yet because I'll go back later and, you know, touch up parts that look weird as soon as I fill in the black. So that looks about alright because, you know, some of the cracks are white, but I'll fill those in a second. So, yeah, let me go ahead and close this up, clean the brush off. Alright, so you can kind of see the arm now, and again, I will go back and touch up the parts that look weird afterwards. So yeah, basically I'll get back with you guys as soon as this arm is dry, and I'll show you how to do the black lines in between. Alright, I'm back, and the arm has dried, so pretty much going to show you how I fill it in. Now again, you can use any color you really want. By looking at the pictures, it looks black in between the cracks, so yeah. And again, the back is not done yet. I am going to fix up some things. It's not done yet. Don't judge that yet. But yeah, pretty much just going to show you guys how I get the black paint in between the arms. Hang on, I'm moving some Legos. My desk is covered in Legos. Alright, yeah, see? Legos, Legos, Legos. Old thing. Anyways. Just a little look into my desk. Alright, so we'll get our black paint or whatever color and just get a little bit on the thumbtack. This thing has a billion uses. Alright, well, actually just 2 that I can think of, or 3 actually. Painting, putting stuff in a wall, holding stuff on a wall, and carving lines. Alright, so yeah, pretty much just, you know, it's as basic as it seems. Just get some paint, put some inline, and I never put more paint on the thumbtack than I think I'll need. Like, don't put too much on here, because I don't want it to like look really, really bad. Like the back does. The back does not look too good yet. I still need to fix that up, but I'm trying to make the arm look better for you guys, because I'm doing it on camera. So, and once again, I really hope that this video helps. I don't want it to just be kind of like me showing off, oh, look what I have. No, I really want to help you guys. And again, the clay that I use is not expensive. It's $7 again for a huge block of clay. That will last you a long time if you use it sparingly anyways. In fact, I even use the clay to sculpt. In one of my videos, I gave you guys a sneak peek. I believe it was my Mr. Fantastic tutorial. I gave you guys a sneak peek at some figures. My Crossbones minifigure from Captain America Civil War. Yeah, I sculpted the helmet using the clay, this clay, so yeah, really cool. If you haven't seen that, check it out. If for no other reason, check it out for the sneak peek at the end. Some cool figures for that one. And I need some more paint. Alright. Once again, how I load my paint is I get a little bit right here in the paint, and then just kind of just, you know, do that and get it on the thumbtack there. Alright, so yeah, this is probably the most simplistic part of the process. It takes a while, though, you know. It's good to have some music going or whatever. Or, you know, have something on your TV or whatever. Whatever it is you do. Or heck, you could just watch YouTube videos. But yeah, alright. So, whoa, that's a lot of paint on there. Hang on. And again, like, this isn't, you know, going to be the final product. There's still, like, touch-ups and stuff that I do. And that's just pretty much fixing anything that looks odd. You know, I can't really fix the clay at all. Like, the clay is kind of set. But, you know, I can add some paint, or, you know, if I think, like, one of the cracks looks too big, I can fix that. Stuff like that, so. Wow. Alright. And I probably won't do the whole arm on camera just because, you know, that's a lot of time. And I don't want to waste you guys' time. I think you get the basic gist of what I'm trying to show here. You know, just kind of the process that I use. And again, feel free to change, you know, the process to make it easier for you. You don't have to use a thumbtack. You don't have to use the clay I do. You can use a totally different color, whatever you guys want. I'm just kind of giving you a basic idea so that maybe it can help you, you know, improve the methods. Yeah, if you find a method that works better than mine, please let me know. I'm always looking to improve my customs, improve the methods. You know, let me know. So if you guys have any tips or anything for me, please let me know. I'd love to hear them. Certain tools that you use, places to get good paints for Legos, please, yeah, let me know. I'm all for it. Always looking to improve and hear from you guys. So, all right, let's do a little bit more, and then we can wrap up this tutorial here. Again, don't rush through this figure. It is something that if you take your time on, you will be really proud of at the end. Don't kind of rush through thinking, oh, I just want to get it done. I just want to have... No, actually take your time and, you know, really focus and do a good job. Do a good job. I know sometimes you hear me say I rushed on a figure, and that's because of like a deadline. You know, when a movie's coming out, I have to have a figure done. And I really hate doing that. I really do. Which is why I'm like working on movies that are coming out in 2016 or 2017. I'm working on them now just because I don't want to have to like, oh, I rushed this figure. Sorry, it's just, I'm sorry it looks terrible. I had to rush on it. No. Yeah, I hate doing that. I really prefer to take my time and make these really good for you guys. And also just, you know, I like them to look good, you know, on display, which my display isn't the best right now just because I'm working on so many of them. I mean, I'm working on tons right now because there's just so much cool stuff coming out involving superheroes, so lots and lots of work, but super fun. Again, it's work that I enjoy, which means it's kind of not really that much work. But anyways, alright, so, yeah, so a lot more work to do on this arm and the back as well, but I think you guys get the basic idea, of this, you know, the way I put the clay on, the way that I get the lines in, the way that I paint it and fill in the lines. And again, do it how you like. You know, make it to your liking. Don't just try and copy mine. Yeah, and if you do happen to make a big figure like this, you know, if I inspired you or helped you to make one, please yeah, please let me know. Send a picture. I don't know if you can actually put pictures in the comments, but if you can, definitely do that. Yeah, anyways, that about wraps up this tutorial.
Alright, well that just about wraps up this video. Thanks for sticking with me. I know this is a little bit of a longer video than I usually do. Yeah, really hope it was helpful. Really hope you liked it. I really do like the big figure. I like working on them. I'm definitely going to be working on more in the future. I have some projects going on, obviously, for showcases coming out. There's a whole ton of them that I'm working on, but I'm also working on some other stuff, just some things that I'm improving from past videos or, you know, things like that. So I'm going to show those to you in a minute. But yeah, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who subscribed. I'm at like 82 subscribers, which is amazing. Yeah, I really appreciate it. It's really cool to see how many people, you know, subscribe. The subscriber rate has gone up really crazily. In fact, the last video 2 weeks ago, yeah, it was my 50 subscriber special. I'm at 82 now, which is just awesome. So thank you all so much for just the support, for the nice comments. Looking back at some of my videos, you know, on my Deathstroke one, there was a really nice comment. Yeah, no, you know, I appreciate your feedback. If you do happen to dislike something, you know, if you happen to hit the dislike button, do me a favor and let me know what you disliked. You know, was it the figure? Was it something about the figure? Do you dislike me? And then hopefully in the future I can fix that and bring you guys better content. So yeah, if you do happen to hit the dislike button, let me know why you hit it so that I can, you know, fix it. If you like the video though, make sure to leave a thumbs up and like, you know, comment. I'm always wanting to hear from you guys. You can ask questions or whatever. Yeah. This has been Lego Freak. Peace. Well, actually, not quite done yet because I still got to show you those things. So yeah.
Alright, so just a few things I'm working on that are not, you know, really movie related or anything. I saw X-Men Days of Future Past a while ago, and I really liked it. I think it was really good, and so I'm kind of making some characters from it. I am making more than just these, but these are the three that I've started on. There's Colossus, Mystique, and Storm. Yeah, pretty cool characters. I like the outfits. And of course, they're obviously not near done yet. Storm is almost done. Mystique has a ton of work left on her, and well, he doesn't have too much left, but yeah. So there's that, as well as, of course, where's he at? Where's he at? Oh, okay. Of course I lose him. Of course, you saw my Ant-Man figure in one of them, which I am still working on Ant-Man stuff. Let me go and show you the head there. I thought the head was great. All they needed to do was add just the beard on there. And they were set. Again, still some work on him, but for the most part, he's done. And there's the side of the house. Well, wow, can't even see it. Hang on. Time to focus, camera. It's time to do your job. There we go. Again, still some work on him. The lines on the top are a little sloppy. I will fix those. But anyways, yeah. There's that. I am working on, of course, Arrow Season 4. And here's my Nissa figure, which is going to be in the showcase. If you don't know who that is, well, then you need to watch Arrow. But yeah, that's going pretty well. I am working on Legends of Tomorrow. I have the White Canary here. Whoop. She's not quite done yet. Still some work on her as well, but yeah, so that is kind of showcase related. Anyways, I also am working on, and this will be really cool when it's done here. Kind of show you guys. Let's get it. I was, looking at my Ultron figure, and I hated it. So I'm working on a brand new Ultron now. Again, I literally started this yesterday. Tons of work on him left to do, but for the most part, let me know what you think about this. The start of it. Again, this is just the very start. Do not judge this like this is. I started this yesterday, so please don't. Oh, it sucks. It's not done yet, really. So yeah, let me know if you think that this looks, like Ultron, and compared to a Lego minifigure, I'm gonna get one. The height is pretty good compared to a standard minifigure. So, yeah, just let me know what you think. If you think that this looks like a pretty good base for an Ultron, because, again, a lot of work will go into this. I'll be doing some clay sculpting on it. I'll be doing a lot of painting and a lot of things. But, yeah, I think it looks really good. If you want to know what this is, it's in the, it's not Lego. It's Creo, I believe. Kreo, I think. It's for, the battleship sets. I hope you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but that's what, this is kind of the body from one of these, and, obviously I've done some sculpting right here. I filled in the holes in the back of the legs and stuff, but, yeah, this is kind of my beginning of an Ultron figure, so, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's about all the little sneak peeks that I'm gonna give you guys, but yeah, a lot of stuff coming up. Hope you guys are excited as I am, and, yeah, once again, this has been Lego Freak. Peace. Upside down piece, which is, I don't know, kind of like an A without the little line. Anyways, I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Anyways, see you guys later.